Well, here we come to day two's mess. Look at the camera to where you can see what I see. There's a little bit of an aftermarket front bumper on here. And I don't know if this was just scraps or whatever, but they sure welded it all the way back here. When they put this bead down, they welded on the fender. Thanks, dude. Thank you from 2020. So, I probably spent 30 minutes grinding down the big old blob of weld yesterday, and then just ended up getting too tired and had to call it quits for a little bit. And this morning I probably spent another 15 just trying to grind it down. I don't quite know how else to do it other than just to do it. I was hoping to get enough wiggle in this thing that I'd have some metal fatigue ability to fold it back and forth, but that hasn't happened. So really, all I can do is keep on grinding. I've got a cold chisel down here. I've been trying to wedge in there to see if I can bend this and break it up. I think long term this entire aftermarket bumper is coming off. I may have to replace the frame forward, or frame rails forward, just forward of this cross member, because I really do want this thing back to factory. The way this thing was done, it looks close to original. I didn't realize at first that it wasn't original, but it's not quite my style. I guess this is my first Jeep and I've already become a Jeep purist. That's interesting. But there's not much else to do other than just to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and keep on grinding. Wear your PPE, folks.
One eternity later.
Alright, so several grueling minutes later, I think we've actually made a little bit of progress. Move my janky camera stand here. I've almost got enough of that material cut away that it might just be able to wiggle and break that weld. Just that bottom, come on, and it's free. And of course, you have a view of nothing because one-man operation here. Not a great place for the camera to sit. All right, hey guys, it's day 178 of the. Oh wait, I mean day 2 of the 1948 Willys Jeep teardown. Once again, a lot of good progress being made. We have got the whole front off finally. You guys saw the mess earlier today on the passenger side where it was welded. Most notably today, we did finally get the radiator out. That was a chore. Those bolts were, or those nuts were pretty badly rusted. Kind of been doing a little bit of paint archaeology on this thing, trying to figure out, you know, what was the original color. And it's really starting to look like this, oh, I forget, it's not Harvard red, maybe, was the original color. Then they put green on it. Then Luzon red, but it's gonna be green when we're done with it. The Bantam's finally uncovered. I'm using it for storage, but yeah, we think, yeah, there's actually that crappy gas tank, but yeah, we think the final color is gonna be this bright green versus kind of a We decided on a nice green instead of a mean green. Yeah, radiator's out. This belt is garbage. But if you look carefully, the engine is turning. Actually, I think I'm turning that the wrong way. But yeah, the engine does turn pretty freely. So that's a wonderful sign. So carb rebuild kit on the way. Bunch of brake parts on the way. Because, damn, those are really gross lines. And then we get to someday plan on getting into the gauges and such before we get the tub off. I'm probably gonna have to put all new gauges on this thing. I think they're all rigged for 6 volt. Fuel gauge wasn't even set up to work. The needle on the speedometer is busted off. I know that's not 81,000 on this motor because that's a M38 motor. That's not a factory J stamped one. I have no idea on that amp meter. I guess maybe we'll test that one first, and maybe this temp gauge. Yeah, I don't know if it's just me. I think that temp gauge has actually been replaced already. So that one might be okay. Oil pressure one, who knows? We'll see. But yeah, a lot of work to go. A lot of good stuff done today. So we'll continue this project soon.
Flashback.
It looks like it's in good shape, but the body's kind of shot. Thought I might just start recording before I really get into this project. Basically, all we've done is pulled the seats out, pulled the gas tank, which has holes in it. That is not gas, that is actually tea. I wasted a good cup of Earl Grey on the thing, accidentally. But the seller said that this thing had been sitting in a barn for 40 years. It's really closer to 25 based on a few bits of paperwork we found. But yeah, it's pretty complete. Mostly solid. Got a few things that looks like someone's made a few modifications to things here and there. That windshield frame riveted on. Corner's kind of toasty. Got a little friend here. As with, all barn finds, you occasionally pick up a few stowaways, and this thing is no exception. I brought an entire ecosystem with me. Good night, sweet prince. No one saw that. Oh, where'd he go? He just ran off, I guess. Yeah. So yes, this came with a whole ant colony. That had to be gotten rid of. But yes, this is not exactly the ideal work area for a project of this magnitude. This is going to be a frame-off restoration, without a doubt. I think first thing, we'll probably just get it running and, good lord, get rid of these tires. I can't believe they're holding air. There must be some awesome tubes in them. But yeah, I'm recording. I don't know if I'll ever put this up on YouTube or anything, so if it ends up here on YouTube, cool. Hey, episode 1.
End of flashback.
Well, I certainly didn't intend for this to become a video blog series, but I really don't know what I expected, so here we are. Here in the garage again. Kind of looking over this Jeep. And there's still ants all over this thing. I thought I'd found where their home was and removed it. But whatever. God, there's hundreds of them. Holy. Now there's a few less. Anyways, I started kind of poking around up here. And I noticed there's Bondo. And where there's Bondo, there's problems. Oh my god, the filler. You start peeling and it just keeps coming. My stand here isn't exactly ideal for things such as this. I also just realized I'm linked up to a Bluetooth speaker, which has its own built-in microphone, so you probably haven't heard much of what I've been saying anyways. But yeah, there's this much Bondo. That's not a little amount of Bondo. So what I'm trying to decide is, did someone put more of that galvanized steel up here? What's the reason for all this? Was the metal just wavy? Yeah, this guy is not anywhere near as solid as I was led to believe. So I'm very much considering calling this Jeep Theseus. Hopefully some of you are familiar with the ancient Greek metaphysical mind-bending thought experiment, I guess, of the ship of Theseus. So in the short version is Theseus, he's like a general in the military back then, and he has great victories, and to celebrate this they take the ship of Theseus and they put it on display in the harbor, and after years and years and years it begins to degrade, so they start replacing pieces, storing them in a warehouse, putting on new pieces, and even after so many years the ship still looks like new. Then as time progresses, maybe some technology comes around where they can repair the damage to all the original pieces, and all these pieces stored in a warehouse, they have the ability to put them all back together to bring the original ship back. So which ship is the original ship? Is it the one that's out in the harbor on display, who little by little has been replaced? Or is it the parts in the warehouse that could be reassembled into something resembling the ship of Theseus? Identity through time. The more you replace, the less original it becomes. However, actually my head just hurts trying to remember all that stuff, so I'm just going to stop right there. Anywho, so here we come to this Jeep. It's really original, from what I understand. I mean, this is obviously the original tub, the original stack of Bondo, for whatever the heck reason. These fenders have seen some stuff. I'll stop myself there just in case that this actually does end up on YouTube. But yeah, these fenders are rough. They've obviously seen some rough trails, some frame bending based on the mounting points. So I guess the question is, do I or do I not just go for the entire replacement tub? Because if this actually requires replacement because of some unseen damage, that kind of changed. There's like a kind of a number I have out there, if it's like more than 50% of it that we have to replace because of rust and damage, given the amount of work we would have to do to bring this one back, this original tub, I mean, the toolbox has already been cut in half because the bottom half of it is gone. and the top half's just been sealed shut for whatever reason. I guess they didn't want to put in a new bottom. I didn't realize there was this much Bondo over here actually on the other side. Well, you hear that as well as I do. The other side is solid. This side is just not. Tailgate's good, so that's at least one less thing. Looks good. I don't know. I'm just a guy in his garage talking to his camera at this point. Well, what to do next?